afternoon, everybody. It is Saturday the 20th of July 2013 here in Newcastle. It is also Comic Con in San Diego. Kicked off obviously Wednesday night, preview night, and officially opened on Thursday. We have had some interesting tidbits come out of there lately regarding especially Amazing Spider-Man 2 in particular. There's some stuff about RoboCop and you know, teasers from comics as well regarding Superman, especially with DC Comics. There's just so much going on. I think today is going to be Arrow. There might have been a bit of Arrow yesterday, but I think today is going to be the full-on like panel for the TV show of Arrow. I'm still waiting to hear for any. All I'm bothered about right now is anything to do with Man of Steel 2 or Justice League movie. That's all I'm bothered. I know that last night they did show the pilot episode of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. for Marvel, and also the Justice League Flashpoint Paradox animated movie as well from Warner's and DC. So those were shown at the con yesterday, so if you were lucky enough to see those, lucky you. But yeah, as I say, what's going on today, there will be a lot more stuff happening at Comic Con, but as I say, Arrows is the one that's high on the list, but the highest for me is either Man of Steel 2 or Justice League. As long as they come up with some sort of information of or a plan of what they've got for the next few years or several years, then great. That's all I'm fussed about. Anyway, enough talk about Comic Con. We're down to the to this one here, which is Smallville season 11. We are now on the main story. This is chapter 1 of Olympus, the introduction of Wonder Woman, or Diana Themyscira. She's not yet called Wonder Woman, by the way. So she is just Diana Themyscira. You can see the awesome artwork there by the awesomeness that is Cat Staggs, which is just amazing. So George Jimenez is back on artwork duty for the interiors, and let me just say, when I read this yesterday, and after I read it, I actually, you know, did a standing ovation. So in fact, let me just quickly do one now, because I'm just going to do a round of applause, because if I stand up you won't see anything. But I'll just do a round of applause because seriously, Mr. Miller, Mr. Jimenez, and Miss Staggs, all of you, everybody else that worked on this chapter was just fantastic. I mean, was this not one of the best introductions for a character in a comic book, especially in Smallville in particular? I mean, every time I was reading this, you know, just going through all the different pages, I was just like, there's just pure awesomeness after awesomeness. That's what it was. I mean, the opening, you know, we go back to 20 years on an island. This young blonde boy appears, you know, he's washed up on the shore. You see a crash plane in the background in the sea there. And this young girl, you know, basically says, "You are not a man, are you? Men are not allowed." Of course, he's a boy, so she starts ridiculing him as well, and it's amazing, the relationship between the two of them, and just the way that they're drawn as well is just so cute. It really is so cute. There was just epic cute factor in there. The kid's name, well, without giving too much away, if you've read it, you'll know who the kid is, but it's just, the pair of them are just amazing together. They definitely work well together. So that was the past, and now we're in the present. I'm so happy to have seen that Martha Kent is back, and they've put her in the comics now. So it's good to see, you know, Annette O'Toole is still out there in Smallville, and she's actually meeting someone now. I remember when I was reading, I believe it was the first two chapters of Hollow, or the back end of Argo. No, not Argo, but I think it was Hollow. And I remember I was tweeting with Brian Miller sometime after it, and he mentioned 3 letters, the DEO. And the first thing that popped up into my head was Batwoman. Because if you read in the current run of Batwoman in the New 52, you'll know that she works not for or with, but helps out the DEO. That's what she's currently doing at the moment, and the recent project that she's on is to take down Batman. That's going to be interesting. But I was so intrigued as to how the DEO was going to be involved in Smallville, and I can't believe you've done this, Mr. Miller. This is just, I mean, Yeah, all I'm going to mention is Director Bones. Okay, I'm just going to leave it at that because Director Bones is one hell of an interesting character for me. He's one of those characters that is he's hardcore, but at the same time, when you look at him, you just think, dude, you're not as intimidating as I first thought, you know. But underneath, I say underneath, given the fact that his name is Bones, but I say underneath, he is very, very hardcore, and yeah. Try not to piss him off is all I'm going to say. But he and Martha Kent are having a conversation with each other. She mentions about how they, you know, the DEO were on not just her radar, but also on Checkmate's radar as well. She's very, very aware of who the DEO are and what they do. But he wants to enlist her, you know, to help her with something. And well, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see whether or not she helps them out. It's interesting is all I'm going to say. Then these other interesting characters appear out of nowhere. That they seem to be after Director Bones more than they are after Martha Kent. So I don't think they were aware that Martha was actually in the limousine with Bones. And then this female figure saves Martha. By taking down these interesting individuals. I can only see them as being mystical and mythical in some sense because there are some magical powers occurring around here. And then you see someone take a shot at this mystery female figure, and she uses her bracelets to deflect the bullets, which is just awesome. So she, as I say, she rescues Martha, and we still don't know who these other characters are. I'm trying and see if I can figure out who they are myself from other comics that I've read, but nothing's coming out, unfortunately. So hopefully Brian can help us clear up these 5 particular characters. They do look interesting. I'm just trying to remember where I've probably seen them from, but I can't say for sure. And then towards the back end, tell you what, it's amazing. Clark and Lois, rather, not Lana. Clark and Lois are in bed, asleep. Clark gets a phone call from Martha. And just this one particular shot of him on the phone to Martha, and he's like 8 feet up from the bed, and Lois is sprawled across him. It's amazing. That is just one of the things that you just got to love about Superman and Lois as a whole, is that she could be so fast asleep, he's there floating up in the air, should be none the wiser. But even if she woke up, she wouldn't be surprised. That's the thing. That's what you gotta love about those characters. So anyway, Martha is explaining what has happened. Clark thinks that something's gone wrong, that she's hurt, and basically nothing's wrong. She's fine because she's been saved by someone, and that's where it ends. And it's amazing. It is just brilliant, absolutely fantastic. It's just. Yeah. Can you tell that I really enjoyed that chapter? I really, really did. So I can't wait for next week's chapter now. That's just brilliant. So what an introduction for Diana as far as I'm concerned. A great introduction. You know, my only downside is that I wish we'd seen that on screen, on the TV before it eventually got into comics. But, you know, these are the things that they couldn't do on TV, you know, money issues, licensing issues and all that sort of stuff. But I'm glad that we finally got Diana back, and she's now in comic book form in Smallville for the first time ever. Yeah, this will be awesome. So anyway, I'm going to leave it there. So thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all very soon. Bye.